The other precious teaching that Mudaliar has given us is the answer to the age-old confusion of every spiritual seeker about destiny and free will. Buddhism, Jainism, Hinduism, and other Eastern religions generally believe in destiny. You are now a woman because you were destined to be a woman, not because you have chosen it. That is destiny. Whether you are wealthy or poor is destiny. But if everything is destined, then why should we do any spiritual sadhana at all? This was a dialogue between Mudaliar and Bhagavan one day. It went this way. I can understand, Bhagavan, that the external factors in a man's life, such as his nationality, family, profession, marriage, and death, are all predestined according to his karma. But can it be that his entire life, down to the minutest detail, is already predetermined? Now, for instance, Bhagavan, I have put this fan in my hand down on the floor. Is this also already predestined? Bhagavan replied very firmly, certainly. Whatever this body is to do and whatever experiences it has to pass through is already determined when it comes into existence. But Mudaliar did not stop. He put forth further questions. What becomes then of man's freedom and responsibility for his actions? Bhagavan looked graciously at Mudaliar and said, the only freedom man has is to strive for and acquire jnana, wisdom, which will enable him not to identify himself with the body. Man is free to free himself from body identification, and that is the only freedom he has. Identified with the body, man has no freedom from destiny at all. The body will go through all actions already enjoined to it to be done. Just the thought, I do not identify with the body, is not enough, because it is merely another thought. This is why we have to do sadhana, spiritual practice, to cut off our identification with the body. We must have jnana, real knowledge, by being steady in the heart. Devotees and seekers often talked about the importance of the Arunachala hill, going round it and staying in its vicinity. At various times, Mudaliar asked Bhagavan the significance of going round the hill. Bhagavan once said, going around the hill is very good for everybody. It does not even matter whether one has faith in this pradakshina or not. Just as the fire will burn all who touch it, whether they believe it or not, likewise, the hill will do only good to those who go round it. Once Mudaliar was pestering Bhagavan on the same issue, and Bhagavan smilingly said, why are you so concerned with all these questions about the efficacy of going around the hill? Whatever else you may or may not get, you will at least have the benefit of physical exercise. Mudaliar scrupulously started doing circumambulation of Arunachala, and every time he went, he took Bhagavan's consent. The master's way of giving his consent was to ask, who else is going with you? Mudaliar would say the name of his companions, if any. Once, while responding to the same question, he said, today Bhagavan is accompanying me, nobody else. Bhagavan gave a broad smile and blessed him. As for staying at Arunachala, Bhagavan had translated from the Arunachala Mahatmyam, a Sanskrit verse which says, Lord Shiva gave a commandment stating, I ordain that residence within 3 yojanas, 30 miles of the hill, by itself suffice to burn off all defects and even render union with the Supreme in the absence of any form of initiation. Bhagavan, while extolling this verse, had said, anyone or anything that is found in, on, and around Arunachala automatically gets liberated without need for any form of religious or spiritual practices. Mudaliar, as usual, persistently questioned Bhagavan, saying, how can the criminals, non-believers, animals, birds, trees, and stones found here get liberation? And Bhagavan graciously replied, who are we to say anything, much less to question it? It is the decision declared by the Privy Council. During the British regime, which had colonized much of the world, the Privy Council in London was the highest court of appeal. Bhagavan used these legal terms because Mudaliar was a lawyer. Devaraja Mudaliar said, I am a lawyer, so that this truth could go deep into my heart, Bhagavan used the term Privy Council for Lord Shiva. He felt that he was simple and was incapable of progressing spiritually. Therefore, on many occasions he appealed to Bhagavan, saying, you should save me. I cannot save myself. One day, Mudaliar came across a Tamil song in which the poet laments that he is not like a tenacious young monkey that can hold on to its mother tightly, but rather like a purring kitten that must be carried by the neck in its mother's jaws. The poet prays God should therefore take care of him. Mudaliar showed the song to Bhagavan and told him, my case is exactly the same. You must take pity on me, Bhagavan. Hold me by the neck and see that I don't fall and get injured. Bhagavan's answer was characteristic. He said, that is impossible. It is necessary both for you to strive and for the Guru to help. Mudaliar then pleaded that even scriptures recognize the two methods of the baby monkey and the kitten as being suited to seekers with differing capacities. But despite all his pleading, this was the only answer he got from Bhagavan on that topic. The endeavor of the disciple is the grace of the Guru. There is no lag and no difference. The devotee's effort and Guru's grace are synonymous. We have to hold on tightly to the Guru like a baby monkey, and the Guru will take care of us like a mother cat.